Now, let's move on now. And university lecturers across public universities begin indefinite strike today to resist what they call an attack on academic freedom. The looming strike follows a court order asking the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Education, Winneba, to step aside. The University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, says the imposition of an acting Vice-Chancellor on the University of Education, Winneba, is against the university's Acts and Statutes and constitutes an attack on academic freedom. Maxwell Agbagba visited the University of Ghana and reports.
I've been to about 5 different classrooms and lecturers are in there. And classes are happening. Students, some of the classes are actually full. A lot of students are also trickling in because we know that there would also be a 9:30 class. So the 7:30 class, which ends at 9:30, is currently ongoing here at the John Scotty building. On our way, we went through the University of Ghana Business School. There also classes are happening. Also at the new end block, that's the NNB1, NNB2, NNB3 classes are happening this month. That's the 7:30 to 9:30 class. And even as we stand here, we see some of the students walking here for their 9:30 class. I have some students here who are going to join us to tell us whether they heard of the strike and then whether they are surprised to see classes happening. Let me start off with you, Caleb. Caleb, you were telling me that you knew that there was going to be a strike. But there's no strike. It looks like your lecturers are actually in class teaching at this moment. You should be excited.
Yes, I must say I'm very excited. Yesterday, I think 2 days ago when I heard the news, I was shook. But then coming here today, knowing that, yes, the lecturers have come here to teach us, I'm quite excited myself. And SEM just began. We can't be having strikes here and there which will affect our studies. So I must say I'm excited.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me find out from you also. There are some who are saying that, well, for an incident that's playing out on the University of Education Winneba campus, we don't see how it affects us here on the University of Ghana campus. I've heard some of these concerns raised by your own colleagues. I don't know what you also think about that.
Well, for me, as my colleagues have said earlier, that it shouldn't necessarily affect other institutions. But last week, I heard from one radio station, that's Radio Universe, and they called the president, and he was asked why this should affect other institutions, and he was of the views that it's better they stop this thing now before it affects other institutions, because if they're only going to concentrate on Winneba, then next time it might be another university. So it's better they generalize everything so that it doesn't, in the future to come, it doesn't affect other institutions as well.
Well, they described the ruling by the Winneba High Court as an attack on academic freedom. So in solidarity, they are also calling the strike. But let me find out from you what you also make of that. There are some who are saying, look, we are here on the University of Ghana campus and we don't think that this should affect us.
Yes, I think that, as the adage goes, that if you see your brother's beard burning, you should try to get water attached to yours.
Some people say you should enter the well.
Some people even say that you should shave your beard, you understand? Yeah, so I am of the view that, with something of this nature happening on the University of Education, Winneba's campus, moving forward as a nation, okay, even as students embarking on our academic journey, I believe that we shouldn't sit down, aloof, and then allow certain things to happen. I'm of the view that, government should step in. I also know that the ruling was from the Winneba High Court, and with that, government cannot just step in and then make a pronouncement. However, I think that they should expedite measures to facilitate the resolution of the matter so that things can go on well with us. Yeah.
Well, if you look at this, the statement, the press released by the University Teachers Association of Ghana, they are saying that it looks like the Ministry of Education itself is sitting on concern, not looking at ways to resolve this issue amicably, and the newly inaugurated board, governing board also are not really looking at resolving this matter anytime soon. But we've seen these things happen, especially on the University of Ghana campus, where UTAG declares strike, but lecturers still go to class to teach. And then later in the day, or in the subsequent days, the second day, the 10th day, then you get lecturers not really, coming to class. Do you harbor any fear that even though lecturers are in class this morning, maybe tomorrow they would not be in class?
All right. I don't harbor any fear because when news broke out, I think Saturday or so, I did hear that even where the issue actually started, that is UEW, lecturers rejected that strike. So once the situation emanated from the place and lecturers have rejected it, then I am not affected at all.
You think it's a case of crying more than the bereaved?
Yes, I do think so myself. And I do, as the days come by, as the subsequent days come by, I know lecturers are going to continue as they have started today, and no lecturer is going to go on strike because from beginning they rejected it, and I believe so much that once they rejected it, there's no way they are going back on their words. Yes,
you are highly optimistic, but maybe you want to give way to some level of pessimism, so that when eventually it happens, you wouldn't be too shocked. Do you think that when lecturers here go on strike, it has, any, it can derail, your academic progress? Because there are times when lecturers go on strike and you realize that times that you'd have to go home, you'd have to spend more time here on the campus still attending classes, and sometimes they are not able to cover the course outline that they're supposed to. Do you have any fears like that?
Oh yeah, for me I really do. We can jump into conclusion right now that this whole strike thing is going to be called off. It could be that tomorrow though they're going to start it, and I really have fear in that because for me we are starting our IO this Saturday, and I this Saturday, and I think I need my lecturer in class to finish up the course outline before our IA starts. So I think I'm having some kind of fear, but I hope things go on well. They don't go on strike. They don't hit to what UTAG is saying, and they should just think of us, we the students. They should put our interests in their hearts. Yeah.
Let me wrap up with you. I'm sure there are some teachers, some lecturers watching right now. Maybe you have a message for them.
My concern really has got to do with the fact that that there are divided factions to get with regard to this issue. And Caleb was saying that he's seeing some of the lecturers in class and all that, but I also believe that some of the lecturers actually agree with this strike. And so what of the courses that the lecturers agree with the strike? So if other courses, the lectures of other courses are going on, what about the other courses who have lecturers agreeing to the strike action? I believe that they should fasten the measures to resolve the issue so that we can have a sound environment to learn.